Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode number 6. And this one is called Mafia, Wives, and Bad Vibes.
I love the Mob Wives theme.
I did too.
Well,
Yeah.
we like our Mob Wives stuff.
We
Yeah.
do. Because
And
we're
I just-
Jersey.
Yeah, but I thought it was so clever of Angie because of the allegations that Meredith made last year. And Meredith's like, I don't get it.
Boy.
I also liked how we started out in black and white, the
Yes.
filming in the beginning. Did you notice
Yes.
that, Laura? Okay.
Yes, very
And,
old school.
Gharzi arrives. Yeah.
And
he
the invitations, the
Yeah.
wanted, and then
Yes.
yeah.
Yep,
Very
that
cute.
He summoned Garza arrived so he could summon the ladies for a sit down with the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
And did you notice who didn't get one? Did you notice who
Mary?
didn't get an invitation? Who didn't get a poster?
I did not.
Meredith.
I did not. Who didn't get one?
Meredith did not get a poster.
I didn't notice that.
Mhm.
It's funny because when they do that kind of stuff, I don't really pay attention to like who gets one and who doesn't. She was there though. So she obviously got invited. We just maybe didn't see that. Or maybe
Yeah.
she wasn't home when he went. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting, though. I don't remember seeing that either.
So Lisa's talking that it's nice that she's being invited because she didn't think that her and Angie were very close anymore. And she's talking to Henry and her husband, and they realize it's Monday and that they can FaceTime with Jack on Monday. So they get to do a quick FaceTime with Jack, and he tells them that he's eating at the finest establishment in all of Colombia. So he's learned to brag just like his mother.
Yes. Yes.
Good call.
And it looked like he had some fried yuca fries. That's what it looked like when they showed
Oh,
the
okay.
picture.
You think that's what
Yeah.
he was eating?
I think so.
Nice.
He had some yuca.
And they talked about that they had gotten some of his tests back and they ruled out a few of the bad things, but they still don't really know what's going on with him.
Yeah, but the fact that a PET scan came back clear, that's,
Yeah. Oh,
huge.
yeah. And then Whitney and Meredith meet up, and Whitney says that she wants to apologize for going so hard on her in Milwaukee, which I didn't really get that, to be quite honest with you.
Wait,
Like,
Whitney apologizing to Meredith?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
I mean, I thought it should have been the other way around.
No, it's because Whitney is trying to paint Lisa like, the big villain now. So she, wanted to think it was Meredith bringing this story to light about the Abu Wabi, whatever.
Ollie.
I couldn't remember the name of it. So she's going to apologize to Meredith to make it seem like, I'm so sorry. I know it was Lisa all along.
Well, too, it was like trying to grab her onto her side. Trying to recruit Meredith onto the
course.
Lisa
Being an
villain
ally.
side. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Meredith even says, like, she thanks her for taking the accountability, but she said you better make sure you get your facts in order before you go after Lisa.
Yeah, because she's going the distance.
So
Oh.
then, yeah, I mean, she does. No, well, she says to her, I want you to keep an open mind and make sure you're dealing with real credible sources. Real
Right.
credible sources, and that, you don't have another agenda, that they don't have another agenda. Whoever you're getting your information from, make sure that it's credible. I did see online about this whole situation that supposedly Whitney set up Adam to get the story that she wanted it to be Lisa.
Do you think Adam's just putting that out there, though, to clear his name?
Who knows?
I don't know what's going on with this whole thing, but I will tell you the Brav Bros were going hard on Adam.
They shouldn't be involved. They shouldn't be getting, housewives shouldn't be getting podcasters, bloggers, anybody like that involved. They just shouldn't. You shouldn't be friends with them. You shouldn't hang out with them.
Well, I mean, it's these. I feel bad for the actual producers of the show because you got to put up with all these housewives wanting to do all this self-production. So they just want to get all these other people involved and do their own digging and their own witch hunts. And it must be horrible trying to wrangle them in for the producers. Like, who wants to deal with Lisa
maybe
Barlow?
the housewives feel like, maybe the housewives feel like the production does them so dirty all the time that they have to self-produce.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, production was involved in this. They have to get Adam's permission. He said he had to sign a release. So don't paint Adam or the producers into the, they knew what they were getting themselves into. They thought it would be good TV.
That's what I mean. Like, Adam should not have agreed to be on the show. Like, just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane. They're
Well,
not your friends. They're going to use you.
Right. But for somebody like that, it was probably a hard thing for him to say no to, because that's something that can pivot you into a whole another direction. Imagine if Bravo called us up and said, do you want to be part of this book?
I don't think I'd do it, though, after all this.
No,
I really don't.
This.
Not that I think I'd ever get the opportunity, but not after this. And I wonder, he must have done all this before. I mean, I don't know if it would have changed his mind, but before everything came out about Teresa and Jen talking to bloggers, because after that, I would never get involved. F that. People doxing you and all that nonsense.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Going after your kids, threatening your kids. Oh my gosh, no way.
No, that's crazy town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we see Mary talking to Robert Jr. again. He's going up the stairs with Lex, who it says on the caption that it's his wife, right?
In quotes.
Yeah, wife. Mary says that he's changed a lot since this person has come into his life. So I guess she's kind of attributing his actions to Lex, which may or may not be true.
Or, just, you guys know how it is. You guys have boys. Sometimes they get a girlfriend and it's a good thing. Sometimes they get a girlfriend and it's not so good. So maybe Robert Jr. would have done this stuff anyway.
Influential.
But maybe she's more of a bad influence as opposed to a good influence. And it's weird how they did the breakaway where you see Robert Jr.'s picture when he was young, and the two of them slinking up the staircase, not turning towards anybody with their incognito. It's just, producers know what they're producing.
Producers definitely know what they're producing, because quite honestly, if she were filming and the cameras were set up and Robert Jr. came home with this girl and they looked under the influence, out of respect for Mary, they should have shut the cameras down and let him go upstairs, get in his room, and not film that. This kid's clearly going through something on camera, and it's probably not something Mary wanted to share with the whole world, because who would? It's a fucking nightmare to go through that as a parent. So I think that producers kind of did her dirty showing that scene.
I agree. I totally agree. And I mean, Mary handled it fine.
They know what they're doing by setting it up a certain way. I mean, there's a reason why they set it up that he was, coming up the stairs as she came around the corner, like they were sneaking up you know what I mean? They just...
Yeah.
So she tells him to stay in his room because she's going to be having company.
And there's cameras in the house.
Right. Which I know he's not going to have a problem with.
Right, exactly. They look like they wanted to go take a nap.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And then we see Bronwyn shows up at Mary's house, and she shows up with this big, huge orchid. And Mary says that's her favorite flower. Her favorite.
Yeah.
And Bronwyn walks into Mary's house, and she's like, she loves it. And they must have, been thinking alike, because they both have blue kitchens. I mean, one is Tiffany blue and the other one is cobalt blue, but they do both have blue kitchens. And then Bronwyn starts telling Mary about what she... Hold on. I got to turn the page. What she discovered at the airport with Lisa. So, she starts breaking that down for Mary, which I was glad that she kind of told her one-on-one about what happened. And Mary kind of opened up too. And she said that, my son hasn't met his grandparents either.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, her father passed, right?
Well, yeah, her father passed, but Robert Sr.'s parents are both dead. And her mom her mom is still alive, but her mom wasn't present.
She and her mom have no relationship. She said that in the first season, remember?
Yeah.
Because her mom wanted to marry Robert Sr.
Right.
Her mom wanted to be the next first lady of the church.
Right.
She was very upset when it was Mary. Did she say if Robert Jr. ever met her father? I forget.
No, because she said he's never met his grandparents. So I would assume not. I mean, he must have, I don't know.
I wonder if her parents were still married when her father passed.
I don't know.
I don't know. Something tells me now, because she said that her mother was very involved with men and that she had no time for the kids. Like, she didn't feed them. It's not like they couldn't afford food. She just wasn't around. She was too busy with other men. She did say that. So my guess is no.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's why,
Must be why, that situation with Brittany really triggers her.
I think
Mary.
she said.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. Yeah. So Mary says to Bronwyn, listen, I don't judge you. I'm dealing with, things with him right now, but he's still my baby, and you have to be real with your kids. And, we know what she's dealing with. We could see it on the show. We know what she's dealing with, and we feel for her.
For sure.
And then Bronwyn's telling Mary how she's excited about Angie's party, but she's not thrilled about seeing Heather because she's kind of done with the bullshit. Mary says, what I do know about Heather is that she can be two-faced, and I've called it from day one. And she has called it from day one.
She called her a fraud.
I like how Mary says, I need one face at a time.
Yeah.
In regards to Heather. I need one face at a time.
I totally agree. I think Heather's desperate to be on the show, and she'll do anything to stay on. She will talk about anyone. She'll throw anyone under the bus. She will try to make an ally with anybody. Like right now it's Lisa. Last year it was Meredith. Like she is just going to buddy up with whoever she thinks will keep her on the show. I think she's desperate to be on this show. I think she's the thirstiest housewife there ever was.
Yeah, and that's sad. It really is. I mean, I don't know about the thirstiest, but she is very thirsty. I mean, I would have to say Jill Zarin might be the thirstiest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good run for her money.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we see Angie's getting ready for her gangster party, and she's talking to her daughter, Electra, and she says, girl power. And Electra says, please don't ever say that again. I laugh because there's many things I say to my kids, and they're like, Ma, don't say that.
Riz.
Yeah. They don't like that.
It reminded me of that whole thing, Wendy, with your boys was telling you not to say stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, it reminds me of Wendy and her boys.
So Angie's husband, Sean, I really like that Angie's husband, Sean, was there greeting everybody at the door.
I like him a lot.
I think he's a class act to that guy. I really do. Considering how he came onto the show and what they put him through.
Exactly.
The rumors
and the nastiness. Listen, if I were him, I would never allow Meredith to walk through my front door ever again in her life. But good for him for being more mature than I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she spoke to her husband about, the party.
Mm-hmm.
And he was okay.
Did you see where Whitney was getting ready? And even though her hair is short, you could see she has extensions. Did you guys notice that? She was getting her hair done. You could see her extensions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No
I didn't realize you wear them
got
for
some damage.
short hair.
Yeah.
I thought like girls wore them that would have. I didn't realize that short hair girls wore extensions. I thought just people who wanted long hair
She might
wore
have
extensions.
Had to cut her hair real short because of the damage from having the extensions.
Maybe. Yeah, because there's still something going on there. So I was just
so they had to put like light extensions in to just fill in.
To fill her in. All right.
So then we see Meredith is encouraging Whitney to talk to Lisa, which, okay, but really at this party, like, is this where they need to have that conversation? It's Angie's 25th anniversary party.
Yeah, but they're gonna.
Don't they always have inappropriate
gonna.
conversations at inappropriate places?
Yes.
So it's par for the course.
But little do they know what's coming and that their little tat is going to get overshadowed by something else.
Yeah. So Angie said things between her and Lisa are a little bit awkward, but since they've been friends for 15 years, it would have been strange if she didn't invite her to her anniversary celebration. And Brittany shows up at the party with Aaron, and Heather sees him and says, "Oh my God, that's Aaron. I know him." And then admits that she made out with him, which is, it's small town. It's small town.
Clearly.
Yeah, but why do you
then
gotta
Mary
do that?
walks up to Brittany's date.
Why do you gotta do that?
It's awkward. Like, you just saw him.
Yeah, but
What do
why do you
mean?
gotta
admit
why do
it?
you gotta why do you gotta be like, oh, I know him, I kissed him. Just all right, bring it up
'Cause that's
later
who
on
she
to
is,
her
Heather.
in private. Like, I don't know. I was just like, it was cringy.
Right.
It was weird.
No, that's who she is. She's not going to.
I thought the best
all she had to
was,
do was tell production, and they're like, "Go say it."
yeah, I thought the best was when Mary walks up to Brittany and says, "Hi, Jared." how are you? And Brittany's like, no, this is Aaron. And Mary kept
That was so
insisting.
funny.
Who was Mary? Oh, Mary was trying to tell Meredith that was Jared.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Meredith looked him up. She's like, that's not him.
Right. I tell you.
But they did look alike. I mean, she's obviously got a type.
They did look alike, but the whole time when Mary is trying to sell this guy as Jared, I'm like, my God, I'm loving Mary this season. I really am.
Well,
Might be the best comeback season for any housewife.
Yeah. But as far as Mary's concerned, she won't shut up about this guy, Jared. She walks in the door with some guy. Of course you're going to think it's Jared. Well, who are you going to think it is? She don't shut up about him.
I totally agree with you.
How about when
Totally.
So then Angie
How about when Bronwyn walked in and she said
yeah.
she was trying to channel her, I don't know if you guys caught it, where she said she was channeling, my Todd father died and I'm mourning his mobster. Did you see that? It was a play on words. Instead of saying she was dressing like her godfather died, she said, I'm dressing like my Todd father died.
What does that mean, though? Who's Todd?
Her husband.
Oh, her husband.
Her husband's name is Todd.
Duh.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe when she said, oh, I feel so underdressed. I'm like, you do? Like, why do you feel underdressed? You're like so flamboyant in everything you wear.
Right. Yeah.
That's funny. I did not catch that.
I did. I actually did catch it. So Angie gives this speech and thanks everyone for coming to celebrate her 25th anniversary. And Sean reminds her a lot of her dad, and her dad is there. And when her dad first met Sean, he had long hair and earrings, and they showed us pictures of him. And he was like, an old school hippie. And, I think that she's got Angie has a great relationship with her father. We've seen him, ever since she's been on the show. And it's a testament to her relationship with her husband that her father's supported it from the very beginning. And, I thought it was nice. I thought it was very nice.
I forgot Angie's mom passed when she was so little.
Yeah.
Or young. Did you see the picture of her and all of her siblings with her father?
Yes.
She has a lot of siblings, and I tried to look it up, and I could not find anything where you could see how many siblings she has. But she's got a lot of siblings.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Emotional Support Water Bottle. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Ailish. We're two besties who don't leave the house without their water bottles.
Every week, we're bringing you conversations about pop culture news, relatable real-life topics, and our random thoughts about the world today.
We cover things like Bravo TV recaps, breaking celebrity scandals, and Hollywood updates, and dig deeper on topics relating to navigating our 30s, dating and relationships, and keeping our work, social lives balanced.
So grab your water bottles and look out for new episodes every Friday.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Like, we don't know,
You can find it anywhere.
And it's interesting.
Yeah.
Then Mealy shows up with her boyfriend, Ty. And Bronwyn goes up to Lisa and congratulates her. What was she congratulating her for?
Lisa?
Yeah.
I don't know. I totally missed that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. So then she goes on to tell her that she wanted to be real with her, that Heather told Lisa something, and she wanted to make sure that she got it straight, that Heather said that you and Angie said something about her parenting. Lisa, well, I still don't know what she was congratulating her for.
I don't know. It's your notes. I don't know, girl.
She brought up them having the conversation in the salt cave, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because Heather did tell Lisa that Angie said that your son plays video games all the time. But yeah, I don't know why I wrote it. I mean, this was last week.
That's what
I
happens.
know. We were supposed to. Yeah, we're a
Technical
few days late, so
difficulties.
it's not fresh in our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've watched 3 other episodes since then, so it's
exactly.
I don't remember. Sorry.
I know. Just like yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
Then Bronwyn says to Angie, I don't know what your relationship with Lisa is, but I feel like she runs to her and tells her things and then runs away from it like she's fueling it, which is what happens.
Heather.
Yes.
She's talking about Heather. Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
That's what she's doing.
Yes. And Angie says, I don't like it either. I feel like I need to talk to Heather and, see what is going on, because that is what Heather's doing. She's like sprinkling this information here and there. First she tells Lisa,
Yeah.
And she, even with Whitney, even with her cousin, like she's not like, and Mary's the one who's calling her out on it.
Right. Mary, she's,
Mary's calling everybody.
totally calling Heather out on all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best was after that conversation between Mary and Heather, she goes and sits down with those little girls and starts.
It's great.
So funny.
Those kids
That
were
was
like,
so funny. They're
those
just looking
kids
at her
were like,
like,
who's this kooky lady, man?
who's this kooky lady? Are we even supposed to be sitting here right now, or should we be talking to her? That was the best.
Now, was it
That was so.
was it Heather that said arguing with Mary is like arguing with the Mormon church? They will gaslight you and tell you what you're saying is not true, and then they tell you that they'll never hurt you. I think that was Heather said in her confessional in regards to Mary.
I think she did say
Mary
that,
is
which-
like arguing with the Mormon church.
That was a good one. Yeah. No, Heather.
No.
Wrong.
Yeah.
She's very defensive and walks away. Like all
Yes.
these housewives do when they're caught. When they're caught doing something, instead of taking accountability for it, they just get pissed off and defensive and walk away.
Yeah, no, that's what happens. I mean, Mary specifically even says, like, Heather leaves these little trails of lies. And that's what she's doing. She's, stirring the pot here, stirring the pot there.
Right.
And, it's distracting. And I wonder what it's distracting from. Like, I wonder what she's like trying to avoid.
Well, she's not sharing anything in her own life because she probably doesn't have anything going on. So she's got to do this to remain relevant. Doesn't have, her daughters, they're here and there, but they don't, really want, I guess they don't really want to film or, whatever. They're just not those kids that want to be on the show all the time.
It's true. So I have Angie's now talking to Heather saying that Bronwyn came to me and told me that Lisa said that she's a shit mother. And that's not true.
Right. Bronwyn Angie says to Heather that Bronwyn told her that said that Lisa was not a good mother.
Right.
Right.
And she says that that's not true. I think you were mom shaming her, and I don't think that's what you said is right. I don't think that what you said is right. Angie says you're taking sides, and she's like, I don't take sides, but that is exactly what she does.
Totally taking a side.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she does. So then Heather says to Bronwyn that she's out of line, and Bronwyn says, I'm not out of line. If you think you're the head bitch in charge, you're wrong. I was like, whoa. I mean, Bronwyn's coming in hot. And then in her confessional, she says, if you believe Heather is not meddling, then bitch, neither am I.
Neither am I.
That's
Yeah.
what she said.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Then bitch, neither am I. Yeah,
Yes,
that's what she said. Yeah. If you think Heather's not meddling, then bitch, neither am I. And I was like, whoa. And then all of a sudden, who walks in the door but Jared Osmond?
So crazy.
Yeah.
So produced.
I mean, what was even crazier is that Justin invited him.
And Whitney's like, I don't even
Produced.
think Justin knows what he did. Yes, he did fucking know what he was doing.
Of
Stop
course
it.
he did. So on
Whitney's
purpose.
Like a little, is she like a little kid?
Very immature.
Yeah,
She's
he
like
definitely.
a little girl.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
so
why.
immature.
Doesn't Mary call her little girl? Didn't Mary used to?
Little girl.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Until
And
Brittany
it's so
came.
true.
Until Brittany came.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
she's the new little girl.
She's the new
so
little
true
girl.
though. Whitney, she's so juvenile. She's just like a little kid. Oh God, if my husband left me for somebody like that, I'd be like, really?
Yeah, right.
So when he walks in, Angie goes over to him and, greets him, which I thought was a little odd, but I guess it's, it's her anniversary party and she knows who he is, but she didn't invite him.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but,
don't you
like-
ask like, hi,
Yeah.
thanks for coming. How'd you even know about this?
Right, but like
Yeah, it was a little weird.
it had to be produced because what would Justin even be thinking? I was watching some podcast about some other people talking about this episode, and someone called him Justine because being like housewife meddling. But who invites somebody to somebody else's party? Like it doesn't
And
even
why
make
would
sense.
you go?
In the middle
Yeah.
of the party.
Yeah. But honestly, I think Brittany knew he was coming too. I think that whole scene with them outside was completely produced by them.
Of course
Like,
it
I
was.
think that was self-produced by her. I think she knew he was coming.
Yeah. And production did that too.
You think
they
Aaron knew he was coming too?
No, I think that Brittany knew he was coming and probably at the last minute asked this guy Aaron to go with her. So she wasn't there alone.
Maybe.
That's
But
interesting.
it's totally produced because you're in Angie's house. It's light, it's bright, there's people talking, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And then when he comes, you go out into this like a totally different scene where like they're setting the mood, like this secluded garden, and it's dark and it makes it intimate, and it's just
Right.
And
Stop.
in between the
Yep.
scene, before she goes inside, all of a sudden she's wearing a coat. He never took his coat off to give it to her. They walk outside, she doesn't have a coat on. Then mid-scene, they get up to go back inside, she has a coat on. He
That's
didn't give it to
interesting.
her.
Yeah, she said she was freezing. Yeah,
This
He didn't
guy
give it
just
to her.
he's very cringy and he just wants to be on TV.
Right.
He just
But all I'm
wants to be on
saying
TV.
is somebody
very
else gave
clear.
her that coat. So, of course, it's just so produced.
Yeah. And then he tells her he loves her. He tells
And
her he loves
who-
her.
Who watched it and didn't sit at the TV? And when he asked her, do you want me to leave or whatever, I was like, just say yes, just say yes, just say yes. And of course, she said,
I was screaming
no.
I'm like, yes, yes,
yes, get the fuck
right.
out.
I know. It was crazy.
Why would she say no to that? Why would she say no?
Because obviously she's got a lot of issues.
And again, I'm not judging her because I'm not judging her for being in love with somebody who doesn't love her back the way she wants him to, because I've been there. But I was much younger.
Yes.
And I didn't have children yet. Like, I just feel like, come on.
It's so immature. It really
it's
is.
very immature.
I have secondhand embarrassment for her.
So after we get
Exactly.
After we get through that scene, Whitney pulls Lisa aside and asks her if she's aware that she left her necklace in Milwaukee. And Lisa said it was an accident. And Whitney asked Lisa if she's the one who put the information out there because she got confirmation that she fed that information to an account.
Which she didn't.
Now, she didn't get confirmation.
No.
No, I don't think she did.
And Lisa will drag Whitney. I'm sorry.
And
She
then
will
Lisa,
drag her.
yeah, Lisa says, last time I saw you, you texted me, you love me. Whitney says, I do love you. That's why this hurts so much.
That's why it hurts so
Yeah.
bad.
And then this is when Lisa starts flipping out. She starts screaming, you're lying, shut the fuck up, flipping out. She's giving me names give me names right now. Like, who told you? This is what I find confusing. If you didn't do it, then why are you flipping out?
Because she sees what's happening. She sees that what Whitney's doing. She already called her a villain on a podcast prior to filming. And now she's really trying to make her look like a villain. And we see what's going on now. Not that anybody's making Tamara look like a villain. Tamara is the villain. And people are calling for her to get fired. People are calling for Teresa and Melissa to get fired. People are calling for these housewives to get fired. And Lisa thinks that Whitney's setting her up for that.
I was like,
But to me, it's very clear that Whitney is way out of her league. She does not know what the fuck she's doing.
no,
And she's not doing a very good job at whatever she's trying to do.
no. She's trying to
I
self-produce.
think that the way she's flipping out makes her look guilty. I do.
Yeah.
No, to me, there's a difference. Like when Heather freaks out on OC, you know she's guilty. This doesn't appear to be guilty to me. I think there's a difference.
I was waiting for her to
I mean, we
call
do
out,
know.
Call Scooby-Doo team. Call the way she was, call the LAP. What are you doing? Call Charlie's
Her
Angels.
husband knew exactly who she was calling. Heather's
Right.
like, who's she calling?
That
And he's
guy on the other side of the phone makes good money off of Lisa Barlow, but he was like, oh my God, this one calling me with
Yep.
this drama. He must be like,
It was so
he wants
funny.
LAPD involved. Why
And
is
it's-
that?
Right.
Where's Up and Adam in LA?
no.
I
I
don't.
thought he was in South Carolina.
I mean, I
Yeah.
do kind of think he's in LA because I told you he used to work at SIR.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yep. Well, there you go. So at some point, Whitney must have said who it was, but they didn't say his name on camera.
Right.
And that's why she said, I want the LAPD involved.
Yeah.
Listen, she's calling her cyber guy and saying it. So anybody can hire a cyber guy and investigate it.
You know what's so funny
Funny.
is that, do you remember when Jen Shaw got taken off the bus
Yes.
by, was
The
it the
Fed.
FBI? Yeah. And
Homeland Security or
I
something.
think, Homeland Security, FBI, whoever it was, it was a big deal. And the first thing Lisa's doing is calling her 10 attorneys.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what she
I'm
does.
freaking out right now.
I'm calling my
literally shaking.
Right.
Oh my
Like you're
God.
sitting on the bus. I'm calling my 10 attorneys. And she's like, I'm calling my private security. Get me the LAPD. Get me the Salt
Yeah.
Lake City. Get the
Yeah.
FBI in here. It was just so over the top.
Funny. Yeah. She lost
It
her
was
shit,
so-
I
man.
loved it though.
She lost her
And
shit.
so-
I honestly
It's
didn't
up.
take it as guilt. I feel like a lot of times you can see how people react and they're showing their guilt. I, for some reason, do not think that's what
You
this
don't think so?
was all about.
Well,
No.
speaking of that,
I mean, Lisa was saying
go ahead, Wendy. Sorry.
that she was just saying, like, this is my character. This is my character.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really your character? I think the way you're reacting to it is
Your
character
character.
as well. Listen,
no, because
Right.
again, all these housewives, are talking to bloggers and stuff. And she doesn't want to be roped into it. If she wasn't doing it, why is she going to sit by and let somebody allege that she is? I mean, I agree. Her reaction was over the top,
Over the top. Yeah.
but I think she's just had it with Whitney. Had it.
Could be.
I
And
don't.
Whitney, too. What you got going on, Whitney? You got nothing going on. You got no storyline. So this is your, why
Right.
don't these people show what's going on in their lives? If you don't have anything going on in your life, then maybe you shouldn't be a housewife.
Maybe not.
Then she goes over to Justin and says, how do you deal with this? Your wife lies about everything. Justin's like, don't call my wife a liar.
He got aggressive.
Yeah. Don't call my wife a fucking liar. And then Seth starts to go towards Justin.
Well,
John.
actually,
Oh, John, that's what I meant. John starts to go towards Justin. Yeah.
We haven't seen Seth since the first episode.
No, we
Yeah.
haven't.
Lisa said "fucking liar," and then Justin repeated "fucking liar."
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah. I still think Jared walking in the room was more pivotal than Whitney and Lisa going at it.
and
I
Lisa's
just think Whitney's a
rant.
joke. I don't care for her.
Well, we don't really know, though, what happens with Justin and John, because that's
No.
kind of where it ended. Like,
Yeah.
that may become something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows?
I don't think they're going to throw hands, though. I don't think they're the type.
I hope not.
If it were Jersey, glass would have been broken by now.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Chairs would have been thrown.
yes.
Yeah.
Tables flipped.
Yeah.
So,
Tables flipped.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens with this episode. I sent you girls something today about New York. Did you see that where Jessel was saying that during a cast trip, one of the housewives is shipped to another hotel. She used the word shipped. I don't know what that
Mhm.
means.
Mhm.
And one was put on a plane
They'll go home.
to go home.
Oh, boy.
So I am so looking forward to that.
It's got to be Uba and Bryn.
I don't know.
Probably. Oh yeah,
We shall see.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
And then if it's Uba and Bryn, who do you think's going home? My guess is Bryn's going home and Uba's going to a hotel. Because
Yeah.
Bryn is fight or flight, and she'll
she'll
she's
just
going
shut
home.
down. She'll just
think Bryn
cry
would
and
go
shut
home.
down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
We'll have
I
to wait
just
and see.
wanted to put something out there. So that Up and Adam, he said that opening scene, the conversation with Meredith and Whitney, happened way before the phone conversation with Adam was shot.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. But Meredith had been speaking to Adam about it the whole time. But I thought that was interesting.
Right.
So-
Because they're very friendly, right?
yeah, so who knows if that's true, but that's just what he said. So I thought that was interesting. And he also said that it's not going to be revealed by the end of the season who the person is, and that Dana Wilkie was approached by Bravo. She wanted I don't know, some number like $3,000 or something for some kind of footage that had to do with giving out the source of whoever it was. And per her
I bet you it was
Bravo.
more than $3,000, dude. She's wearing $25,000 sunglasses. There's no way she's
Yeah.
only asking for $3,000.
I don't know. That's
If
the
she's
number
got
that.
that smoking gun, she's
Yep.
asking for more than $3,000.
That's how
Maybe
it
it's
was put
30
out
grand.
there. Yeah.
Mhm. We dropped a zero
And
somewhere.
so, per Dana Wilkie, it is a cast member, someone you would least suspect. So, who knows?
Who put out the story?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Wouldn't
I
it
had
be
a thought.
interesting if it were Heather?
Yeah, I had a thought. So maybe whoever did it is really trying to get back at Lisa, not Whitney. Because, yeah, it's going to hurt
Right.
Whitney's business, but you're also putting it out there that Lisa's doing something very nefarious. And another thing I wanted to mention is a
Right.
lot of times places, wholesalers like the Alibaba, they could have the Alibaba's picture that looks the same as Whitney's picture. That picture could have been hijacked per Alibaba off of somebody else's legitimate website. And so Alibaba's putting that nice
Right.
picture up of a legitimate product that someone else makes. But when you order from
Right.
Alibaba, it ain't going to look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they do that. They steal.
They could have
and-
taken the picture from her website, from Whitney's website.
Absolutely, yeah. And I looked on Whitney's website, and she has a thing on, like a disclaimer on her website that all her things, let's see, fine and semi-fine jewelry is designed in-house in Canada and U.S. and produced in India. Our pieces are manufactured in a closely monitored
Alibaba's in
environment.
India, isn't it?
I think they're like a clearinghouse, but I think that I want to say they're based in China, but I'm not sure. Like Alibaba sells stuff that all kinds of people make, just like a wholesaler.
No, I know. Like I've been on their website. I just, for some reason, I thought they were from India, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So anyway, she is saying it. Prism's fashion jewelry collections are curated from highly rated and ethically responsible design and production facilities overseas and are monitored and vetted by a third-party sourcing business based in the United States. So I just thought that was interesting. So just those two things, that the picture could have been hijacked and maybe somebody's real agenda is Lisa's downfall.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, who would we least expect?
I
You
know.
would suspect Meredith. You would suspect Lisa.
Yeah,
Mary
so-
doesn't have time for that.
No, Mary doesn't have
She
time for
doesn't
that.
like Whitney, though.
No,
Aren't they
she would
friends
not be
now?
playing that game. She's, like I said,
Oh no, it's her
I
and
don't know that
Angie
they're
are friends.
but
Yeah, no, her and
they're
Angie
not
are
enemies.
friends. Now. Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe it's
her and
Heather.
Angie are friends. Angie wouldn't do that. I think the one we would least suspect would be Heather. I do think that that's who we would least suspect.
Unless Angie was trying to get back at Lisa. No, because why would she try to get back at Lisa?
It was
I don't
Meredith
know.
that started the rumor.
Unless Angie was trying to get back at Meredith.
Yeah,
Who
I don't know.
knows?
Who knows?
Who cares? Stop
Yeah.
talking to bloggers, housewives.
Yeah.
Just do your job.
It's
Oh, and
very
did you see
juvenile.
when Ron? I saw a thing where I watched like an after show, and Bronwyn says when Justin and Seth were fighting, that she was very busy listening into a conversation about how Jared has a little dick.
Oh my God.
Bronwyn. What? Yes.
Wait, Justin and John were arguing.
Justin and John were arguing. She said she was
Oh
busy
my
listening.
gosh.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Who was saying that? He was there.
I don't know. That's what Bronwyn was saying. So in the after show, it was
Where did she say this?
on an after
it's
show,
an
a
after
Bravo
show.
after show. So it was Mary and Angie, interviewing together, Meredith and Heather, and Lisa and Brittany. And Brittany was just so ass kissing to Lisa. It was horrible. It was horrible. Let's see.
She came in. I liked her at first, but she's wearing on me with this Jared thing, man. She's wearing on me. Hopefully she's watching it back and she's like, dear God, what was I doing?
And Whitney says
Yeah,
that
but it's kind of too late now.
Yeah. Whitney says that she contacted her lawyer for a cease and desist prior to speaking to Lisa at the party. That was interesting.
Who are you sending a cease and desist letter to? You don't know who did it.
Whitney's.
You don't know who did it.
I'm just telling you what she said on this after show. That's what she said.
She's just going with that Lisa did it and she's sending her
Yeah,
the
and
cease and desist
I
letter.
guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You send me a cease and desist letter, especially if I didn't do it.
Exactly.
No problem. I'll cease and desist nothing, which is what I was doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. I won't talk about something that I wasn't talking about anyway.
No problem.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Brittany, when she
Yeah,
was
go
with talking to Lisa, said that she had a spreadsheet for her dates. So after her and Jared break up, she has a spreadsheet made out already, and that she had 10,000 hits on Bumble. Bumble. Yeah, Bumble.
I'm like, oh, is that a new one?
And
Still out of the loop.
15,000
Being married.
and on Tinder. So she would stack her dates at 5 o'clock, 7
Whoa.
o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And Lisa says, only in Provo can you do that. So I was
Oh
like,
my gosh,
okay,
that's ridiculous.
okay with the spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. And 3 dates a night.
Yeah. And Heather said,
Sounds
lot.
exhausting.
yeah. Heather
Sounds
said,
desperate.
I go out to dinner and I'm ready for a nap.
yes. Heather said, she said, oh, is that like provided by like public health care, your spreadsheet? And where does it come from? She said, I don't see her, Brittany, as a spreadsheet kind of girl, like an Excel girl. And
Who said
That's
that?
funny. Heather.
Heather,
No,
think
she
Heather-
said
in regards,
Brittany's supposed to be Heather's friend, right?
Yeah, well, it sounds like Heather's a little salty maybe because she's not rocking 3 dates a night.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so also in this little after show, Lisa calls Jared douchebag, and Brittany says they've been broken up for the
She's
past.
made that clear, though. She said that
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that they've been broken up for the last 3 months. That's what Brittany says.
Brittany and Jared. Okay, so they're not together right now or as of
That's
the
what
after show.
As of the after show, that's what she's saying.
We're going to need her on Watch What Happens Live and get an update.
Yes, we do. I wonder if Bronwyn's husband bought that carpet at Watch What Happens Live.
We're going to have to find out. I'm surprised that Andy wouldn't have announced it yet.
I
I feel
know.
like if they did take it, he would have said it by now.
Maybe
You
they got
think?
outbid because it was a live auction.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else?
I don't know. Lori, you got anything else on there about the after shows?
Let's see. I don't think so. I think that was it. So
All right.
the girls are
Good job.
definitely bringing it in Salt Lake City.
Yeah. It was a good episode. It was a good episode. Like again, I think Jared coming in, I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
Him walking into that party.
No, not after she came in with Aaron.
Yeah. So that was a very nice surprise. Bravo. Bravo.
Bravo. Yeah.
Good job. You stumped me.
So we shall see as the saga continues.
We will see.
Yeah.
Until next time, thank you for watching and listening to We Why Whenever. Please like us, give us 5-star reviews, and share us. Bye.
Bye.